I do have buns of steel.
Robin Brown admits to a federal crime on national television, whatever that was, and a lot of updates in season 19, episode 22, First Impression. We begin our episode in Shreveport, Louisiana, where they were kind of stopping on the way to Janelle's new place, and Janelle starts talking about moving on and doing the things that she wanted to in her life, even when she still was with Kody, because she felt like if she waited around for him.
Wow, if I sit around and wait for Kody to show up, it's never going to happen. I'm going to sit home and be miserable, and I would never have lived any kind of a life.
Christine says that she did sit around and wait, but she's glad she's not doing that anymore because she's so happy with David. And they start going into the dynamics of plural marriage and a lot of the things that go on within that.
David has a story of his sister that lived polygamy, and he remembers like waking up to screaming, and his sister and her sister wife, and they were fighting over who got the better stereo.
So this is a completely valid reaction though, because we talked about this a little bit in the sneak peek yesterday. There is usually like a favorite wife, in this case the soulmate and all of that, and they do get the best of everything. So the other wives having that reaction is completely understandable. However, it's something that they're shamed for literally just having normal human emotions. Of course, since that's the case, there's no resolution. You're literally told the problem is you need to go deal with this, instead of really recognizing the inequality in all of the relationships.
I felt like Robin had a better couch. I felt like she had better like dishes and better decorations and like so many things. And I'd be like, why am I left with all these scraps all the time? Scraps of time, scraps of stuff.
It is 2025. We do not take scraps. No, save your scraps, toss them out to your turkeys, your chickens, your dog, whatever. But that's just not the way that we're gonna roll. But you know what I really need right now, like actually is a want and need in my life, is for someone to invalidate that, because like that sounds really fun.
When a relationship is united, you don't tend to keep score as much because you've got a cloak of charity to put over this person that you love.
So you have a cloak of charity. Is that like an invisibility cloak? I'm a little lost on that. But let me get out the translator. It was hard to find because I haven't had to use it in so long. Basically, I should be able to treat all of you differently and you don't say anything because you put a blanket on my head.
If you're sitting there constantly using that scoreboard against each other, what are you, enemies?
This is kind of awkward. Yeah, it is something like that. But then they go into the whole camping makeup thing. Now, let me tell you a little throwback. So basically, the whole family goes camping, and Mary and Robin are sitting just doing their makeup, and everyone else is working. Christine and Janelle are making food, all this stuff. Hunter actually got annoyed and called it out, and then got in trouble because he was speaking to an adult like that. It was a whole thing. But it branches into this conversation about the fact that Kody is shallow, which I don't think is like a super big thing, but he used to buy them clothes, required them to look nice, and would like praise them if they did because he, quote, only wants to be surrounded by people who look good, but like then he's there. So my foot will never come off that neck. I'm just saying.
We'd go camping, and Janelle and I would be sitting there busting our butts, getting breakfast made, cleaning up the mess. And honestly, Robin would be doing her makeup forever and doing our kids' hair and doing her hair and making sure everybody looked good. And then Kody would sit there and praise how they looked when we'd been sweating and slaving over the freaking food and cleaning up the campsite.
In case you didn't pick up on it, it's not about stereos, it's not about couches, it's not about makeup. It's about long-standing inequality in the relationships and a huge expectation of labor on one set while the other set has different rules. So these are just the conflicts that come out of a really bad system.
The one time we went camping, I was 6 months pregnant and I got sick a lot. And so I spent the night barfing my guts up outside my tent on my hands and knees. And then, Janelle and Christine were making breakfast, and I was just trying to hurry and get ready for the day.
Kody and Robin, for many reasons, gave me a headache in this episode, but then Mary says something which really shows who Kody is, and the fact that she's still being pretty nice, because she's like, oh, well, it wasn't he was trying to control anything or anything like that. Sounds pretty controlling to me when someone buys your clothes for you.
Kody's always wanted people around him to look good. Like, I remember when he and I were first dating, he would take me out and buy outfits because he wanted me to look good. That said, I didn't ever really feel like that he put pressure on me to look good or to make sure my hair was done or to make sure my makeup was on.
Then Kody gets upset because he felt like he was always in the doghouse because poor me, even though like you were probably actively doing things that upset people, but then it's like, oh, I'm in the doghouse because that transfers the blame of your actions. We've been here before. Then we get back into the road trip and David starts telling Christine that he loves traveling with her. It's great. And Janelle gets to Maddie's, wherein she says everything is done. She had gotten everything out of Flagstaff, but Coyote Pass was not sold at this point, but in real time it has been sold. She just wants to be done with everything there, and thankfully now she really is. She's bought a property out there. Then we go back to Parowan, where Mary is talking about, and here's where the federal crime comes in, that she got another email about my sister-wives closet.
I got an email through one of my businesses. Somebody had reached out to me regarding my sister-wives closet order that he had placed on the website, but hadn't received it, and now was trying to either get a refund or get his item.
So, selling items that you know you're never going to send, or leaving open an avenue for sales to happen, accepting that money when you know that you have no reasonable expectation of actually doing that, is a crime. It's called fraud. It's a whole thing. So if you bought something, you haven't heard from them, haven't got your money back, you can report that to the FTC. Do I think anything will actually happen? No, these people get away with everything. That's just what it is. But why do I think she has a reasonable expectation? Because she admitted it.
Started my sister-wives closet over 10 years ago, selling jewelry and other things. I put the business on hold, but the cart's not disabled, so people sometimes sneak an order in, and sometimes Mary will get notifications about it. I'll get notifications about it, but it's kind of on pause right now.
You see the transfer of responsibility? They sneak in and buy things, but you didn't destabilize the cart. Not to mention, when that happens, when they sneak in, you're getting a mess of notifications and you're ignoring them. That's a problem a little bit. So how about we just destabilize the cart? Anywho, that's it for this one, and we're gonna get to Kody's Buns of Steel tomorrow morning. So brace yourself, bring little baggies, you know, that whole thing. And I hope you have a good day.